Just quitting porn ain't enough. Long story short, I've officially quit porn for 9 months now and I'm still going strong. Well, to be honest, it's really easy to not relapse since porn just disgusts/amuses me nowadays based on how out of touch with reality it is. When I quit, I had high hopes that my life would change for the better after like 2 to 3 weeks of being clean. But frankly, absolutely nothing happened. I mean, really nothing, apart from realizing how much porn has fucked up my life. I honestly thought that I'd become more social, sexually active, physically stronger, healthy, clean, clear-minded or happier, etc., you name it. But absolutely none of those things came true, as to no one's surprise. It took a long-ass time for me to accept that just quitting won't do the trick, and I faced the reality that I actually had to tackle and understand all my problems on my own and actively work on them. I kept making excuses that porn was the only thing that was holding me back in my life, while there were many other things that were damaging the very things that I tried to regain through quitting. Many other things that I consider way worse than porn. As a quick side note, I also didn't want to follow any dumbass guide that guaranteed to teach me how to be a real man and all that. The usual modern grind mindset, money hungry, how to be an absolute dipshit garbage that you see everywhere nowadays. I was convinced that I knew what was best for me, but this is actually easier said than done. It's your life, so do yourself the favor and life it the way you want, and not how somebody else thinks it should be lived. Also way easier said than done, you'll see. Side note over. So once I realized that there's actual work to do after porn, it took another couple months to really heal from the way that I was living before. For instance, I quit social media in general, but I check my accounts from time to time in case somebody texted me or sent me a meme or whatever. If I want to check my socials, I will, but I don't want the muscle memory of opening Instagram and doom scrolling. I quit watching YouTube, which is technically also social media but a bit different to me, since I used YouTube for about 6 hours a day just to watch dumb stuff or videos that I've seen 1,000 times before, which obviously kept me from doing something good with my life. I allow myself to still hop on YouTube occasionally to watch something that I can't find anywhere else. Right now, for instance, it's compilations of Norm Macdonald RIP interviews, which are just so damn rare. But it's usually during work, where I just listen and don't watch actively. I quit using my phone. I uninstalled every single app that wasn't necessary to me, turned my background white, removed all my apps on my home screen, turned off all notifications, even turned off my clock so that I have absolutely no reason to look at it. I accepted that I'm introverted, and I don't like to socialize in general. Not because of porn. Accepting that was probably one of the more difficult things, but after a while it made life just so much easier for me because I stopped trying to be somebody that I'm not. I also accepted that I'd rather spend my time alone at home, no matter what day it was, what weather it was, or if there was anything special happening in my city. I started cooking for myself and keeping my apartment clean. Very, very important. IT will immediately change your life for the better. Simply waking up in the morning, not having to Mission Impossible through all the clothes and trash on the floor is something that everyone has to experience in their life. Also, I started doing my dishes. Greatest thing I've ever done. I started real self-care. I wear the clothes that I want, not the ones that are expected. I use skincare products, pluck my eyebrows, go to the barber more often than before. I stick to my schedule and keep times, although it's still hard sometimes. I do everything that I think is right for me and it feels great. I started being honest to myself. I started forgiving myself, and I started valuing myself. This one's the most difficult, and I'm still working on it. But this was the sign that I'm officially starting to heal. The result? Life. Truly. One step at a time. Sometimes I take a step back from whatever I'm doing and think about what I'm actually doing. Like some things that I always dreamed of doing before. I'm starting to paint my life the way I always wanted. Red, white, green, blue, black, yellow, purple. Don't matter as long as it's my colors. And that's it actually. I can list a bunch of things that I achieved during the past few months, but no one really cares about that. All I can say is that life feels way more natural and vibrant now, and I personally feel way more confident to tackle all the other problems that I have. But to truly put it in one ending sentence, I'm starting to finally feel like myself. Exactly. I got 8 months, and since then I've been anal about cleaning and cooking for myself. I exercise religiously. I love the way I look. I'm happily single for once. I still have issues. I'm addicted to my phone. I have anger management issues. But I feel better now than I did 8 months ago. Agreed. Quitting porn may help to a small degree, but you also then actually need to work on and do the stuff you didn't have time to do because of porn. It can improve your perception of women, but it won't magically fix all your problems. It's not the source of all your problems, just a mechanism you use to cope with your problems. But until you actually address these problems head on, you will never truly feel like that much of a better person. I'm glad you made this post, because you are absolutely right, especially about being honest and true to yourself. Addiction of any kind tends to only be a symptom of something way bigger. Of course, it makes everything worse, but doesn't actually change who you are on the inside. 9 months are great already. It just keeps getting better, and you are doing the right things to clean up your life. Now you need to fill it with meaningful things. Mentality kept getting better for me. After 1 to 2 years, I felt it is really getting steady and stable. Also, after a year or two, the conditioning would start to crumble. After you free your hands from the world, next thing is your mind frees itself from the memories and habits. Keep it up. This feeling just keeps getting better. The sexualized mindset fades if you keep making a more respecting mindset stronger in everyday life. Porn out of the hands and eyes means also it will fade out of the mind. I feel no more temptation, even when I am exposed. It just takes time reconditioning the psyche with enough dedication for it to work.